Bad times, man. Spin on.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Right, back alive again. Got my treads, still got my ring of health. Gonna go bot and help this apparent team fight tower push thing that's going on. Our PA is doing pretty well on the farm, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, she's keeping up with what I'd consider good, which is 50 every 10 minutes. She should be on track, or well, maybe not on track, but she should be close to 120 minutes, which is good.
Didn't like the sound of that.
Nice little kill on Centaur. Again, the combo you're looking for is literally blink in, scream, dagger.
Do it with flair.
If there's more than a couple of people with a level 2 ulti, try and line it up. Don't just fling your ulti off with her like willy-nilly. Just try and get a decent positioning for it. Positioning with your ulti is everything because it hits everyone for a lot of fucking damage. And it'll really turn teamfights around until people start getting pipes and all sorts. Your dagger is also really good, especially for chasing people with the slow and the dot. I've had quite a lot of kills where they've just managed to run out of my reach past towers and I've just finished pick them up. Oh man, I wish I'd known that Gondor was there. That's one thing I definitely need to improve on is as a ganker, I need to, for a start, stop having the same last hits I had like 5 minutes ago. This is fucking appalling. And work on keeping dust on me, especially. I feel as a ganker, especially in a setup with 2 heroes that have a stealth getaway, you really need to be the guy that buys early dust, because you should have the farm to support a dust buy every couple of, like, every few minutes. Especially as the squishy early game stealthers are going to be free kills when you gank. So I reckon a blink dust would have got me quite a couple more kills in this game against the Gondor and possibly the Weaver. The Weaver does have his ulti though, and he's quite tanky for it. Do we go in on this? Yes, we do. PA just does her thing and crits Undying in the face. There we go. I popped the ulti there just because I didn't know with the extra health and heals if he was going to die or not. I knew it wouldn't kill him outright, so the PA would still get the kill. In that situation, I would say definitely leave the kill for PA because she is the total hard carry.
Is under attack.
I mean, if your dot gets kills, the last hit on kills on like the tiniest health, it's not really nothing you can really do. But you shouldn't make a point of stealing kills from the hard carry. You guys should always be leaving them for the hard carry. If not, then if the hard carry ain't there, then someone like the mid or any semi carries you might have in the lineup. Just the next best person to give farm to, pretty much. Again, more Sonic Sonar Screams. I don't know if it's still, I can't remember if it's skill called that.
Dire's
Scream of Pain?
tower is under attack.
Yeah, Scream of Pain. Right,
Dire's
Blink's max
structures
now.
are
We're mobile as
fortified.
anything. We're still squishy as hell though. This is the only problem with going Lincoln's first item is because it can be quite like anything quite expensive can be hard to acquire if you're having a crap game. So building a Lincoln's can be a bit of a pain, but
Radiant's middle tower is
so
under
you
attack.
may want to invest in something a bit tankier. Maybe even pick up a bracer or two just to, well not two, just a bracer to try and bump your health up just that little bit. Clockwork goes in on the Enigma. I quite honestly just try and steal the kill, doesn't really go my way. Should have denied that tower, I go to, but too
Radiant's
late.
middle tower has fallen.
Denying towers is always really good, especially when you have the blink to just kind of zip in, nick it, and then go out, or just go in, nick it, and then zip out with the blink. Spit on.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Incoming!
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Right, here we go. I've got Shadow Demon and Clockwork in mid. Clockwork's an excellent ganker, especially for setting up things for Quap. Or anyone really, just his hook shot just to get someone disabled and just stuck in one place is great. I wish we'd had better sight down here with wards and we could have gone on that Centaur and definitely killed him. I've got an Invis rune here. One of the things I like using it for, as you can see, is just scouting out the enemy team if you know they have no reveal. Just sets up the clockwork so easily because you can just have permasight open with the scream. Wait for it, wait for it. Oh yeah, that was a rubbish ulti. And I jump into mid, the Gondor sees me.
I
Stab.
declare
What I was trying to do there with that setup ulti was trying to move around to the backside to get Weaver and Undying both in the same one, but then Weaver ulted and ended up on the other side of me, which I didn't expect. Those guys picked up. Oh, oh man, that's depressing. Right, back alive, try to deny that tower. It's 8 health out of deny range. That's a cock block and a half. Here we go, continue the last hits. The last hits have picked up. They're not great, but they're better than they were. Well, especially once you have level 4 Scream, like there is no reason to not have last hits. Just any spare time where there's not a possible engagement or a gank or you don't know where they are. As long as it's a safe position, especially with your blink, you can be a bit more ballsy in terms of where you think safe. Like personally, if I was above river in that and I wasn't a blink hero or a hero with an escape, I would not be going that far past river in their top lane if I don't know where all of them are. That's a gank waiting to happen. Epic fail dust by the Shadow Demon, we don't get Gondor. Which is, again, this is just more reason for me to carry dust. I really, really should be doing it. I think it's something I'm definitely going to work on in my next few games. PA almost dying bottom to the Weaver. I'm pretty sure this is just some epic Roadrunner Wily Coyote chase down bot lane where Shisha Coochie's E-jumps, etc, etc. Right, now as far as I know, there's just a Weaver. So I see the Enigma, the Undying, sorry, on the way past. See the Enigma bouncing after it. Jump in, scream, Weaver has no time to do anything, either that or he's just got weak. Yeah. Ulti just as the Shadow Demon Orb's about to end, you've got to be wary of your timings for stuff like that. Blink out of the Undying Q, so he can't steal health. Jump back in, pop the DD rune, don't jump from that Q, like I should have. Poke him, poke him, poke him, they clean up. I go back to base and hide, yeah, like a boss. One thing I definitely see a lot of people making mistake-wise is this game is a big, big portion of experience. Like, you need to have a lot of experience that you just get from playing games and learning. But the thing is, I kind of think a lot of new people learning might be learning the wrong things on when to engage and when not to engage. Like, in terms of engagements, I always look at people's current health and people's current mana first, and that'll let you know what they can and can't do. Like, for instance, that Dirge is on less than half health with not much mana. And funnily enough, the Clockwork sees it as well, quotes it, jumps right on him, starts slapping him about. The Centaur very kindly jumps right into Clockwork and just tries to stun him, even though Battery Assault owns everything. And the rest of us pitch up and clean up. And Clockwork makes a silly face in the chat. Again, keeping on top of the runes. Yeah, apparently the Centaur blinked into Cogs as a slow reflex, so you guys better watch them reflexes. I think that was just mainly a mistake on the Centaur's part. He didn't know the two of us were backing up the Clockwork, and I keep saying Cockwork. Sorry, guys. He didn't know we were backing him up and thought he could get a solo kill with the double edge, and he got pounded. Another thing just on the... Oh, that Weaver. I can't believe I didn't see that. Wow. Yeah, that's awareness for you guys. I was totally not paying attention. He was even on my screen and everything. Here we go. Nice dust on both heroes, I think. Or no, the Weaver reset it with his ulti. That's the annoying thing about Weaver. When he uses his ulti, it resets all his debuffs, so he didn't have the dust on him. So we lose the dust on the Weaver and he gets away, I think. Yeah. Oh, no. Scream hits him, though. Oh, there we go. stunned and swapped. The Vengeful disjointed her own stun. That was fantastic. um, and yeah, I bugged the fuck out of there because there's way too much stuff for me to deal with right there. I probably should have tried to help the Shadow Demon. I probably could have got a decent ulti on the Enigma and the Weaver in that clumped up bit down there. But I'm pretty
Dire's
sure we
bottom
start
tower
turning stuff
is under
around here.
attack.
Because I'm pretty sure yeah, there we go. Screaming ulti.
From the first.
Something I
Death
definitely have to work on
travels
is
faster
opening.
than
If I'm going to
sound.
do that kind of stuff, you want to open with the Scream first, because the Scream, not the Scream, sorry, the ulti. You open with the ulti first, because the ulti has a longer
I
delay
do
before it
suffer
casts.
Dire's
fools.
The
bottom
Scream
tower
is just
has
like, bam,
fallen.
instant. It's just out there. The ulti, she has to kind of do her bend back, fire breathe thing and just shout at people.
Radiant's top
So I feel
tower
from
is
when you're
under
opening
attack.
up from Invis, definitely go Scream first. So that's
Radiant's top
definitely a
tower
tip for
has
you guys.
fallen.
I learned that today off
Dire's
the
bottom
Vengeful
tower
Spirit in
is
our
under
game.
attack.
Every day's a school day. It's been on. Oh, PA bought an eye.
Coming.
Gondor
Something
had
in your
no
eye?
chance. Literally all just pounced him in mid, free kill. Stealth detection is one of the things I feel a lot of low-level games lack, especially from the supports. Something nice swap by Venge, get the Enigma out, stun the Enigma. PA's just killing everything. The Centaur get out of range just in case he fancies trying to suicide kill me with a double edge and take me with him to the depths of the underworld from which he came. Now I've got my Lincolns, I can be a bit tankier with what I do. This is really late, 30 minutes in. I would ideally like to have it pre-20
Dire's
minutes
middle
if
tower
my
is
farm's
under
good enough,
attack.
but this game it just wasn't. But back to what I was saying about stealth detection. Stealth detection is really important because you'll find a lot of early stealth heroes like Gondor and Weaver and
Dire's
Clinks
structures
are
are
all
fortified.
really squishy early game. So like if you go straight at level 1 right into the lane with sentries or dust,
Dire's middle
you're going to have
tower
a
is under
way easier
attack.
time dealing with those heroes. Especially people who play a hero like Gondor and usually do that really annoying thing where they'll they'll stealth up, wait for their stealth cooldown, run behind you and hit you with the Jinda strike, and then re-stealth and just get out. Oh, that does my box in. That's so annoying. So when you have a sentry ward or a dust and he just appears behind you, you and your partner can just turn on him for easy kills, and it will stop them getting too farmed. One thing I should have mentioned earlier. Oh, Enigma. So dead. So jelly dead. There it is.
Dire's top
That was just a bit
tower
of a
is under
free-for-all for the
attack.
kill. It doesn't really matter that I didn't give the clockwork a kill. It's something matters to him, but I give no fuck.
Dire's top
Agony.
tower has
Something
fallen.
I should have mentioned earlier about the mid ganking is you definitely have to choose your ganks wisely. Like, don't go to a lane that's pushed up right to to their tower, where they're easily just going to camp at the tower, unless you have a big advantage and you reckon you can dive the tower. A time to dive a tower would definitely be if you've got a full creep wave on the tower and they're doing something like pulling the creeps or something weird like that, or you have someone in your lane go round and pull their creeps so they don't have any creeps to fight the creep wave, and the creeps will tank the tower hits for you. That's a good idea for when you're wanting to gank a tower. Otherwise, I would just suggest not doing it, especially on a squishy int hero like this. If you're on someone like a Night Stalker, who is definitely one of the best gankers in the game, if it's at night time, you can definitely just go balls deep and completely destroy them. In terms of ganking positions, if you're at a higher tier of play, you definitely want to keep smoke on you, because if you're going to runes vigilantly, which you should be, a lot of people ward runes for their mid, obviously, so their mid can try and get there, but if you get there first because you've got a blink on Quap or your Storm Spirit jump or whatever, if they see you pick up that rune, they're gonna hide, they're gonna go away. But if you disappear off the map, you could be going anywhere. Like, you could be waiting bottom for them to come back, you could have just swapped top. So stuff like ports and smoke and things that allow you to move between the usual paths but undetected are really good. Just for a word on ports, if you're porting into a lane, it might seem obvious to a lot of people, but some people might be watching this who are new. You don't want to port into one of your towers with their creeps in view, because if they see you porting in, they're going to be like, oh shit, it's 3v2, let's bug out. So you want to be porting. Sometimes porting to the second tier and walking around from your side is a decent option. Sometimes not. Oh, nice hook by the Clockwork, right in on the Gondor, he's got nothing on it, so he gets evaporated by PA. Weaver Beetle Swarm, you want to try and avoid that, especially with these Undying zombies about. The Weaver Swarm gives negative armor and sight, I think. Blinking, nice interrupts on the Enigma ult, does not the kill on him for a couple of seconds though. Again, I blink out, get away from the Weaver, scream, I get swapped in by the Vengeful, because he's a dick. But I get out of there no problem without getting killed, which is quite handy. Undying Totem, I don't know how I feel about this. I kinda always want to DPS it down, but I'm usually too busy killing the other people. Like, I feel it does quite a lot in a team fight, especially concerned with healing him and slowing low health people who are trying to get away. On a co-op I'm not so bothered because I can blink and the zombies have to chase me. The zombies do die in one hit though, which makes for quite easy cleanup. But it's just the amount that spawn can just get really, really annoying. Oh, Centaur's popped his blade mail in mid. I think he blinked onto the Vengeful, not realizing what was there. Scream. Q. Autos, auto, do it. Yes, get the last hit.
That was perfect.
Get rid of this beetle. There we go. The negative armor on those beetles is ridiculous. Good dust on the Gondor and the Weaver. Weaver gets rid of his. Gondor running away. Ulted. Dead. Solo Gondor. Good stuff. Don't even need the Clockwork. Gonna go grab that haste rune. I've almost got my Aghanims. I like going Aghanim settings because the reduced cooldown on the ulti makes it so much more spammable in team fights. I say spammable, it's not that spammable, but it goes from something like 130 seconds down to like 40. Yeah, there we go. On 40 seconds on 600 damage cooldown is ridiculous. So you can almost get 2 of those out in a team fight. And it means you're always going to have it up should a team fight occur or should you need to like buy back and defend or whatever. It's just a lot. I feel the stats as well. The stats from the Aghanims are really good. You see I'm almost approaching 2k health on an int hero, which is usually really good. Especially if you have a hero like a Gondor in the field or someone who's going to dish out a lot of burst damage, you want to have that tankiness to try and survive it, especially with the Lincolns, which eats his shuriken, which is really good. It stops him just using me as a target. But again, one thing for the newer players to remember is always have a port on you, if not 2. If you're porting in somewhere, make sure and buy a second one so when it's off cooldown you can port somewhere else. Excuse me. Porting is horrifically important. Being able to just pitch up at a tower at a moment's notice and help your teammates can turn so many fights in your favor and wind up with you gaining more gold than the enemy, which is what all this is about. Clockwork, Flare, and the creeps, rather than just hitting them. Good stuff. Right, is stuff about to go down in bottom? Nope. Spin on. Ugh. Right, PA's on a Rambo in mid. Enigma, he gets wasted on her. Pretty sure she dies. I blink in, scream, cue the Gondor because I know he's going to stealth off and I don't want him to just go away and heal up. Keep ulting the Gondor because he came out. Blink,
I scream bloody murder.
Weaver's up there. I'd rather go for the Enigma. I feel the Enigma's a much easier kill than the Weaver because he's squishy and he won't have his blink dagger up while we're hitting him. And the Weaver can just Sakuchi and ulti and do all his weird escapey things that make him such a pain in the ass. He has got dust on him though, so the Vengeful and that are going to clear him up. I feel it's a better choice to go for the Undying because I think they're definitely going to get Weaver. Sadly, I think they let me down and they don't. Clockwork hogs him. I steal the kill yet again. That's my boss. That's Weaver just got his Lincoln Sphere. When you're on a co-op, I feel, when you're fighting another hero with a Lincoln's, I think it's definitely your choice, your job, sorry, to be popping that Lincoln's in a team fight as soon as you can with your Q, because I don't feel your Q is as important as some other things. Like, I'd much rather use the Lincoln's to soak my Q than have Vengeful miss a stun, if you get what I mean, or a swap. So I feel if you have the Lincoln's owner as a primary target for your queue, it does a much better job in team fights of helping your friends out when it comes to stunning them, etc., etc. Right, next item I like building on a co-op, especially when I'm starting to ball a bit with completely shameful creep waves. Creep hits. I should have about 100 more by now if I was keeping up with my average. But I like going Scaddy. I like the auto attack slow, and I really like the stats you get from it. Sometimes I'll buy the Orb of Venom for the Scaddy quite early in a game, especially if I'm having a really good ganking game, because I feel the slow on the autos as well as the Q really, really helps, because they stack, I think. I'm pretty sure they do. And it makes just for really easy kills on slowed heroes, especially when you're in stunny burst lineups. It's just really good. Lincoln's popped. Oh no, I'm in trouble. They pop everything, stuns everything. I get out. Always last hitting, man. Last hits on the brain. I scream at the Gondor. I don't exactly know why, although I think I thought it was because I could take him. And I almost do. Centaur got those last hits. Double edge gets eaten by my Lincolns again. Lincoln's surviving. So good. Centaur gets stunned, but I realize I didn't have my scream up, so I just bailed.
Nature's way.
I did not want to get stuck in the middle of that. Bottle up a bit of health. Once track wears off, I reckon I feel safer going back in because I know they can't see me. They clean up the bounty hunter because we're quite far ahead in this game. Significantly farther ahead, especially with our PA having good farm. And that's that team fight done. They call the, well, Undying calls a GG. That's another thing in low-level games. Don't be disheartened by losing a team fight. Like these guys, although they're like
Dire's top
20
tower
kills
is
down,
under attack.
they have the potential to bring back some of these team fights really, really easily. Especially with the Enigma ulti, because PA's
Dire's
BKB
top
doesn't
tower
matter for the
has
Enigma ulti.
fallen.
She's still going to get held with it, and it will waste 4 seconds on a BKB, which she has been using. So it will have a really reduced cooldown. I don't think she buys a new one in
Dire's
this
top
game
barracks are
to
under
refresh the
attack.
cooldown, which I know some people can do later on. Oh, so many creeps to kill.
Dire's
This
top
is like
barracks has
dream
fallen.
creeping on co-op. Just blink in, scream, and just A everything. But yeah, I think really with the Undying Totem and the Centaur stun and the ulti, they have the potential, if we're out of position, to get a decent Enigma black hole off, and then we would just all die. Because if you got most of the people in that black hole and Clockwork didn't have his battery assault up, we'd be hard pressed, because we only really have like, well, 3 things I say to take Enigma off his black hole.
Triple kill!
So never get disheartened, especially if you can turtle. Like a lot of teams will struggle to push the 3rd tier towers because of the high ground advantage you gain, especially with a big team fight
Dire's
like
bottom
Enigma's.
tower is
The
under
positioning
attack.
advantage you gain from the high ground is so good.
Dire's
Like,
bottom
especially
tower
with something
has
like a
fallen.
Sand King, any kind of stun where you can kind of pick people off at random. Like a big thing people have, I find, when we're playing, well, we are playing not low-level games, but normal level games, is a lot of people don't push when they have the advantage. Like a good old thing I heard
Dire's
from
bottom tower is
Tastosis in
under attack.
StarCraft is when you're ahead, get further ahead. Like don't just sit about, because if a team can turtle really well, they can bring it back late game, especially if they have a hard carry.
And it's off!
We could have probably
Dire's
roached at this
bottom
point.
tower
We
is
probably
under
didn't, because
attack.
I don't think we reckoned we needed it, because we were so far ahead. Again, roaching would have been good, because not only do you get the Aegis, but you get
Dire's
the
middle
gold
tower
bonus as
is
well,
under
especially
attack.
now that we're only left with these towers. Although we have claimed a set of racks, and if we get another one, it's pretty much GG because of how
Dire's
far ahead we
bottom
are. If it
tower
was a
has
closer game, I
fallen.
wouldn't say that, but
Dire's middle tower is under
Clockwork's
attack.
just in there getting free phase kills and everything.
Boom! There it goes!
And that is pretty much the end of it, guys. I do eventually get my Scatty built, yay for me, but it's right near the end of the game. I hope you guys have enjoyed the daily. If you have
Dire's bottom
any
barracks has fallen.
comments,
Dire's
negative,
bottom
positive,
barracks are
any
under
feedbacks,
Dire's
opinions,
middle tower
please
has
comment.
fallen.
I need you guys to comment on this stuff so I can get your opinions on stuff and I can
Dire's
try
middle
things.
barracks are under attack. Dire's
Any
bottom
ideas for other
barracks
videos
has
you guys
fallen.
want to see about carries, supports, anything more to do with mids, specific heroes you want to see me play?
Dire's middle tower is under
Good games,
attack.
bad games, you want to see me epically fail and get horrifically slaughtered, then
Dire's
post
middle
away.
barracks.
I wanna hear
Dire's
your guys'
middle
feedback.
barracks has fallen. The Radiant now have mega creeps.
And that's the end of the game, guys.
Dire's
So
middle tower has
have a good
fallen.
day and good games.
Dire